Yes, we actually have two papers now. One is going to be presented next week at the World Soil Congress in Brisbane, and the other one is should be out early next year in a peer-reviewed journal. And what we have been interested in with these studies is, first of all, reviewing the literature. That's essentially other people's work, alleging a connection between dieback of mangroves, particularly in the river estuaries of central Queensland, and the presence of particular pesticides in the water. There are a lot of studies up and down the coast, up and down the Barrier Reef catchment area, where people have measured the presence of various chemicals, and indeed it's probably true that a certain amount of these chemicals, certain herbicides, certain pesticides, and we can go on and include nutrients, are washed away from agricultural land, particularly sugar cane growing areas and grazing land, and particularly during periods of heavy rainfall, which accompanies flood events. A certain amount of these chemicals are undoubtedly washed away, find their way into rivers and beyond. And there's certainly a substantial body of work over the last decade which shows the presence of these chemicals. Where there is a lot more difficulty and a lot less certainty is trying to know whether the presence of these chemicals actually causes alleged harm. So a particular case that we have been investigating, we've been looking at reviewing other people's evidence, is an alleged connection between a particular herbicide, and that herbicide is called diuron, and the incidence, the occurrence of a phenomenon called mangrove dieback. This does indeed occur, dieback does indeed occur after flood events. For example, there was an event a few years ago in the local Fitzroy River, and indeed a certain amount of this dieback phenomenon, that's where the leaves yellow and fall off and the plant can actually die, follows the period of heavy rainfall and subsequent flooding. And there have been suggestions, both in the peer-reviewed literature and indeed in the media, including our own local media, that there's a cause and effect association. The diuron in particular, toxic chemicals more generally, are causing the dieback.